love the big paper.
I love it.
Thank you.
Okay, all right, 7 o'clock?
Yeah.
Get that gavel.
It is 7 o'clock. The park board meeting is called to order. Please note that this meeting is recorded. Okay. We have approval of minutes from June 10th, or excuse me, June 12th. I think everything appears to be in order. We have some old business. I know some of it is still kind of just hanging out there, and I know it's hanging out there, and it's okay, about the hot thin cold black and the concrete pads are cold in.
I did reach out to
Good.
Larry Bizantz, and told him that the quote he'd already sent me is like lost in the old email, and requested that he send it to the new email, so.
Good.
Before we get too far, we do need to make a motion to approve these.
Oh.
Okay, so I can make a motion to approve the minutes from June 12th as submitted.
I'll second.
Okay.
Okay.
Before we got too off track.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Cindy. I was just so excited to have an update on
Yes,
that.
no, thank you. And it's a kind of a side note, we talked about the tree, the cottonwood tree that has the owl that lives in it. And I've written the Historical Society to see if they can give me some information about that.
Okay.
So we could put a plaque there too as well.
Cool.
Why that tree that looks like it should be cut down, can't be cut down because an endangered
Or a
owl
big
lives in it. Yeah.
A big beautiful tree, just so nice.
Yes. Okay, repairs of the pergola, pagoda, however, what do you want to call that thing that sits behind the community center that needs love and repair?
Our on pause.
Yes, what I would like to propose is we've got over $6,000 of carryover money that I think, in my opinion, I want to put it up for the vote, is that it would be better used to buy ADA squishy.
Yeah.
But it's got a name, the squishy.
Yeah, I thought I
The squishy. You know, my terminology, the squishy.
We don't know.
The
Squishy thing.
The
Okay.
squishy.
You mean as opposed to like mulch? Yeah.
Yes.
We were thinking of
Yes.
section by section, slowly
Yes.
expanding it so that we have the ADA, but right now we're focusing under, this was last month, but under the merry-go-round, so that we don't have any incidences.
Yeah.
And get the squishiness. And then that would also mean that we could remove the 2 rotting
Yeah.
beams on that side and replace that with concrete, because concrete does get to hold the squishiness in.
Right.
We are so technical.
Yes, we are, yes. And what's scary is we all know what we're talking
We know,
about.
yeah, it's the squish.
So I would like a motion, I think that's the next step we need to go, to use our carryover funds to pursue purchasing as much squishy as we can. Now you put that in minutes.
So we're just, at this point, reallocating, but we don't have any,
We don't have quotes yet, but we're setting it up so that we can start working on getting the quotes for this squishy stuff in concrete.
Yeah, rather than pursue, and if, when they repair the sidewalk, you know, who knows, they just may tear it all down, down, or whatever, because at first we heard that people do use it, now we've heard that people don't use it. So it's kind of one of those things, it's not a safety hazard yet, so.
it's getting there.
But it's getting there, so. But when they repair the sidewalk, if we were to repair it now, and then they come in and repair the sidewalk, it would just wipe out what they
Yeah,
did.
definitely,
So it would be a waste of
When is the
funds.
sidewalk happening? So is that?
They're doing that in September
When they do
when
the
parking lot.
parking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So was there a motion? Do we need a motion?
Do we need a motion?
I'm typing it in.
I'll make a motion to approve
Stuff.
using the $6,000 carryover funds on the playground material, squishy material.
There we go. Okay,
Motion made.
Well, do you want a second?
Hold on, I'm still typing out what it
Oh,
says.
okay.
good. Okay.
Okay, I can second that.
Okay. Okay. 4th of July.
We have to.
We learned
Yes,
some lessons.
We have to all in favor of that.
What's that?
All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. You're welcome. Okay, I'm moving on to 4th of July, and then we probably learned some lessons. I know it was Connie ladies were awesome.
Oh my gosh,
They were
the
just,
best.
and the 2 men from Faith Community cooking. I mean, it was just, you know, they had them cooking and the ladies
Yeah,
had
it was
them
perfect.
distributing. It was just lovely. And then we were able to, because Hunger Inc. was there, we were able to donate 9 packages of hot dogs and 10 packages of buns and a bottle of ketchup. So they were very appreciative. And then the Lions Club ladies, they had a source to take hot dogs and buns that were
Cooked, yeah.
So everything, nothing went to waste.
That's good. That's
Yeah,
nice.
everything. And we got rid of most of the juice boxes too, because they were handing them out, offering to the kids. and all that. So any other,
Well, I also just want to note that Connie and her team have put together like a marketing plan
Mhm.
for the parade
yes,
for 2026,
yes.
which I super appreciate. I wish Connie was here tonight, but,
Yeah.
so I just
Yeah, and one
really
of
want
the
to
things,
emphasize using it.
one of the things that when we set the date for next year, we're going to then send out a thank you to everybody that was in the parade and give them a save the date.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. Okay. Okay,
We could, in theory, set the dates now, since we already have them as like, we know which dates go where, because we said like Saturday before.
I'm new business.
You're ahead of me.
Okay, so music in the park. Okay, it's been a lesson learned. We thought our August 16th ban was secure till now, and they decided to cancel on us. So, we have discussed about turning it to a movie night,
Pivot.
and also, and July 19th, we were gonna turn into a movie, but we don't wanna be rushed, so we think that will be canceled, because we wanna make sure we have the right equipment,
Yeah.
and the right screen.
And the licensing for the movie, to be able to show it, we can't advertise it until we actually get the license, and because of the way that we pay through the court treasurer.
Invoicing,
Yeah, by the time we would get it paid for, we would have no promotion.
Because we tried to get other bands, and they just were either non-responsive, or are already booked, so.
So we learned kind of like the 4th of July, we'll just take kind of like the outline of what Connie has, pivot that for next year, make sure that we have everything set up correctly, and we're ready to go for the year after, so 2026, but right now, movie.
Yeah, so our big focus now will be the movie
In August.
in August. Okay.
Which, Kelly, do you want to talk about the movies that you got quotes for?
Well, yeah, sure. Trying to remember them without looking at my, so Goonies, E.T., what was it called?
Angels in
Little
the
Big-
Outfield.
Angels in the Outfield and Little Big Field, is that the name?
Little Big League.
Little Big League, Little Big League, yeah.
Okay.
So like baseball kind of themed, or like Goonies or E.T. Those are just the quotes that we got that were like affordable. Some of the other ones, the licensing is just a lot more. So those are options that we have. And it sounds like the licensing company will be able to work with us to make sure that we get the license in advance of that next event. And we have worked with them before, but it's been about 13 years. And we are going to, they said if we do multiple, like next year, if we want to do multiple, they'll give us a discount on the licensing.
Most of them are running $375 from the ones that you were listing, just for reference.
Yeah.
Do we want to go ahead and choose a movie for August so that we can
Yeah.
get Alyssa on the invoicing for
Probably
it?
should.
And I don't know if I wouldn't mind if the weather holds, even having a movie this fall. You know, I know September's kind of out with the parking lot, but even something in October.
I mean, we do have our trunk or treat,
Mhm.
which if we do move the time up for that a little bit, we could then, after they get candy, we
Right.
could put on.
Well, that's what I'm thinking, have a Halloween movie. Yeah.
Themed movie.
Yeah, that's a thought.
That's
because, you know, they're here and we've got the setup, you know. So I thought that might be something to
Potential, yeah.
consider, okay. And then we have the police night out on the 5th. So do we want, and I know you asked Chief, and they would like our help again?
Mhm.
Okay. So do we want to put a basket together again, an
Yes.
Indiana
Yes.
themed basket?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, okay. And then the memorial tree for Larry, I'm waiting for my arborist to get back with me,
Okay.
the new arborist. So, but really this time of year, you don't want to plant a tree anyway
Yeah.
because of, it needs a lot of water.
Let's circle back real quick, because we
Yes.
did say if we wanted to pick the movie.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, okay.
I was like,
I'm sorry.
that's okay. I just want to make sure, because we need to, yeah, we have to be able to request a specific movie so they can invoice us.
Yeah.
So, does anybody have any preference on The Little Big League, Angels in the Outfield, The Goonies, and E.T.?
I personally like the Goonies.
I was gonna vote for Goonies, especially if you want, you know, kids.
I think kids would enjoy that one too.
I'm not here, so.
Huh?
You still, I like your neighborhood.
Okay, yeah.
So-
Yeah, but what do you think? What's your opinion?
I haven't seen anything but Angels in the Outfield, although I do like it.
You've never seen The Goonies?
No.
You've never
I
seen
don't have an
E.T.?
imagination to watch
You don't
stuff
see-
like that.
Never seen E.T.?
Goodness, Kathy.
Wow, okay, well, I think, are we good with The Goonies then?
I'm good with the Goonies, you know.
Is there
I love
anything
Sean
like,
Astin.
I mean, it's an old movie, is there anything like controversial in it?
No.
Okay, I don't.
I don't think so. Not that I'm aware of, I would have to be watching it.
Okay.
I was like, I thought it was family
Some of those old
friendly.
movies don't hold up.
There is a slight scene in the beginning with a statue that some people take offense to.
Oh.
Okay.
Politically or
I
sexually?
don't remember.
It's the David statue, and a piece of it
Oh.
is broken. It's such a tiny scene in the whole movie.
It's a famous work of art.
I was like, a lot of the movies now that have been put on streaming services have also been heavily
Oh,
edited.
like-
So there's a lot of things that have been cut out of film, so I don't know if we get one of the, like, if we don't have like a DVD that was printed like out, and we go on the streaming service, there could possibly be something that.
I mean, I'm guessing that
But
most people are not going to have a
Yeah.
problem with the Goonies.
yeah.
It's rated PG, if that
But it was
helps.
also rated PG before
It-
PG-13 was a thing.
In 1995, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, sometimes you watch it back and you're like, oh, wait.
Yeah,
That's not
From what I
necessarily-
remember, it was fun.
it's pretty tame, and,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, and I think that would,
That works.
our public works, because they were concerned about, you know, having something kid-friendly and things
Yeah.
like that, so.
That's a fun.
Now, do we want to circle back to Public Works and get the exemption for the alcohol?
I don't think that's necessary.
Or should we just say?
I don't think it's necessary, especially
Okay.
if we like cannot move forward with anything for the July date,
Right.
and then August is this family-friendly movie.
Yeah.
It's really
Okay.
not necessary. Maybe we should try to really focus on either getting food trucks or promoting it as a picnic.
Mhm.
I think. Bring your,
Bring your own picnic.
yeah.
Yeah,
I think.
we'll give you a bottle of water,
Yeah.
or some popcorn, I don't know.
I mean, we do have, I think we have a popcorn maker, and if not, we can see if Connie team would be willing to.
Mhm.
I was wondering what time, I mean, for one, we have to make sure that we're allowed to be in the park since it's like supposed to be until dusk, so
We
we
can-
have to like waive that.
We can vote to
Okay.
waive
And
that.
then also, in terms of timing, I mean, we can have a good idea when sunset is, but do we want to just time it at dusk?
I say we can start it probably about 30 minutes before dusk.
You think?
Yeah.
Might not be bright
The area
enough
that
to
we're
show.
sitting, or that I'm thinking that we're gonna be, the sun would be setting on the other side of the building. So the light would be facing towards us, not behind us. So it wouldn't affect the viewing if we're,
Can you go over what the setup is for a movie?
so the movie would be on the east side of the shelter towards the,
So you actually project it
we would get a
onto.
since the building's blue right now, we would
Right.
get a screen.
Sure.
And put it in front, probably a little bit down the hill instead of up.
Okay.
Put it there and then have everybody towards the baseball diamond, but hopefully not on the baseball diamond, closer to like where the basketball.
Okay, I was just trying to
Yeah.
visualize.
Because that's like the biggest spot where we have it. We also have access to power over there. And then we do have the solid basketball if we need a solid place for the projector to be.
That also provides a solid place for people who are disabled to,
Yeah.
to sit, so I think that's a good
chairs,
idea.
different chairs.
Yeah.
Yes.
A lot of the projectors though, you can project it from behind, so
Yeah.
you don't have people like walking in front of it. I know before we did it, like like people were like spread out in the baseball field, like watching it. But it was more like kind of by home plate.
Yeah. Which we could do it there if we wanted, but I think putting it on the side of the building is probably, it offers us that protection from the sun setting. But also a nice little,
I think if it's
Solid
light,
base.
I think if it's light, the lighter it is, obviously, the harder it's gonna be to see with the quality of projector that we're able to buy. So I think we should
Yeah.
make sure that it's, maybe test it before, but I just didn't wanna get a time out there that
Yeah.
wasn't appropriate.
it looks like sunset falls at around 8:30 on August 16th this
Yeah.
year. So we could start the movie at 8, roughly about 2 hours, be done by 10. Estimating, I don't actually know how long the Goonies is. I think it's probably like more like an hour and 30 minutes.
It is, hold on.
I think it's longer.
Hour and 54 minutes.
Hour
Yeah.
54, okay, so roughly about 2 hours. So if we started at 8, we could finish it by 10. And that still would put us under the window for, I believe, the noise ordinance, but I don't think it's gonna be that loud.
I think the noise ordinance is 11.
Yeah, I think so.
Tell my neighbors.
Okay.
Okay, so with regards to the movie then, do we need to select, like, choose the projector and screen that we're getting? Because I know we've tossed around some ideas about,
And Prime Day is tomorrow.
Yes, and the
Yeah.
last one that we sent being, not that one, it was the link from
It's the
Kelly.
first.
It's the first one, which was the Netflix officially and Dolby Audio smart
Mhm.
projector with Wi-Fi 6 and Bluetooth and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
But that one seems to be the best option that we have. It's also on sale for Prime Day, so it's going to be cost effective. And then the screen that we sent with the stand
Mhm.
would be the best option, which would put us roughly at about, I want to say right over 300
Okay.
for those two.
are we, so, sorry, are we moving forward with the
The one
projector that has currently has the 2 coupons?
No, the one, if you look
Okay.
at the review, the one I sent that has the
The
review.
first,
It's
the first one?
The one that I just sent.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, the first one on that list.
The first one on that list is a little silver gray one.
It has higher, it's, has
Oh, yeah,
more
that's the one.
lumens, it's brighter, and
Daniel.
you can enlarge it to a bigger screen.
Which if we're getting a 10-foot screen, that would be the best.
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's a review with a picture of somebody showing a movie outside, and it looks really
Mhm.
Clear
Okay.
and nice.
good.
Yeah.
Okay.
It looks like it's got good ratings.
They said absolutely perfect.
Okay. So who's gonna buy it?
It will come out of our.
But I mean, who's actually gonna place the order?
Oh, we have to go for Alyssa.
Oh,
So we'll just, once we approve that tonight, we'll send
Okay.
her the links and she'll place the order tomorrow.
she's gonna order tomorrow.
I know, I sent her a text about it. She said she'll place it tomorrow.
Okay.
If I can get her the links tonight. And I
Okay.
said, perfect, deal.
Perfect.
So
Okay. So do we need a motion to
purchase,
purchase the projector and screen?
Because it's not, it's under $500.
just to be safe. So I can make a motion. Sorry, typing and speaking is not my strong point. To purchase the projector. What is the name of this? I'm not typing all of this. Smart projector, what is it?
Oh,
Okay, the
Oh,
Smart projector with
whatever, smart
Wi-Fi
projector.
6 and Bluetooth 5.3.
OWN.
Yeah, it's like own.
EW, smart projector.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I never understand the names on
I
it.
don't know.
And this will be good,
the-
because if we do other movies, then, you know.
Yeah.
And then the 10-foot screen, these ST, I don't know how to pronounce these things. STWUI, 10-foot screen. For movies, or for the park. Oh my goodness. I cannot spell today. Okay, so I'm making a motion to purchase the name of that projector and the screen for the park's use.
I'll second.
Okay, thank you. That was a rough time.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
No.
Okay.
Okay. Think we're good with
Yeah.
old business? We got-
Yeah, so I will let the lady know that we're gonna do who needs and then get her over to us.
Perfect,
Okay.
perfect. Okay. Now, let me know when you're ready, because we're going into financials.
Financials.
Okay, so if we still want this, now this will be good. This is
Do you
music.
still need those? I said go ahead, yes, we still want them.
Okay, so this is $446 for
BMI.
mine.
Oh, goodness, sorry, hold on. BMI 446,
Mhm.
even?
We don't have any music events.
Yeah, so I mean,
It's
I
better to
know.
still have it, just in case, like, say,
It's not calendar year, is it
It's-
365?
yeah.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, it would be,
it
so it'd
would
be like
cover us until
from,
next July.
like
so-
July to July,
So if we
yeah.
did a spring something.
Yeah, or if
spring-
we had,
Or trunk or
Halloween
treat,
playlist.
well, especially, well, no, I don't remember your
Christmas
but like-
playlist, Halloween playlist.
Yeah, it would cover it, but, okay.
Yeah. And then the other one should be, is it ASCAP?
Yeah,
So then we have,
yeah.
this, yes, and it is $455.94.
45594.
Okay. Do these motions need to be separate?
We can combine the motions, but we sign them separately.
Okay. And this is from BMI.
Differently.
This is BMI, but isn't that BMI the same that we have?
It's the same one, that was just our reminder that we had it.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is the way to do it.
Okay.
Okay, I will make a motion to approve the BMI music licensing in the amount of $446 and the ASCAP music licensing in the amount of $455.94.
Okay, I can second that.
All approve? All approve?
Aye.
Okay, motion carries. Okay, then we have our distribution detail. 335.80, and that is for Bob and Bryce. And I don't know if you want to elaborate so that
Yeah,
Kelly and Kinsey can hear what all Bryce has been doing.
yeah, let me pull this up here. Okay, phone chief. You guys had a large tree limb from one of the trees back behind the baseball diamond along the creek, so they had to get the bucket truck up there and cut that down and then cut it up, and it was a huge project that they worked on. And they had to fix a toilet. And then, other than those two things, it was a lot, it was mainly cutting grass and emptying the trash cans every day because of the weather. So, he was like, it was pretty busy at the park.
Okay.
So,
Awesome.
And I know Bob.
appreciate Bryce.
Yeah, and Bob's very happy
And
to be working with
the
his
posts or the exposed
Yes.
bolts were cut down.
Yes.
Yes,
So they're no longer a
yes.
safety issue.
They were taken care of the next day or two.
And
But-
since those are probably potentially gonna get ripped up, since we're gonna put the ADA
Right.
squish stuff there,
It's still on their list to replace them, but
Yeah.
it's just with all the storms and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I say hold off on that, so we can move forward with
The concrete or
Yeah.
those edges
because
instead.
I don't wanna, yeah.
Yes, on that.
Okay, we need a motion to approve those.
Oh, I'll make a motion to approve the distribution detail in the amount of $355.80.
I'll second.
Cool. All in favor?
Motion to approve?
Yep.
Approve?
Yes.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, now, these are just our financials, so we don't, correct, these are just.
Yeah, that's just.
So that one we need to sign.
Yeah.
That was our claims,
Oh,
our
yeah,
claims
that's what we do.
recommendation.
Okay, do you need that in the minutes?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So it looks like. Oh, BMI and ASCAP is in here.
Yeah.
Okay, we just
So-
need, I think,
Okay,
we just need to go ahead and vote on it.
just officially, okay. Yeah, so, I will go ahead and approve, or I'd like to make a motion to approve the claims recommendation in the amount of $1,222.90.
Sorry, 1,200
22,
so 3 twos
yes,
and
90 cents.
90. Cool, got it.
Mhm. Which does include BMI and ASCAP.
Okay, and I will second that.
Is there a motion to approve?
That was the motion.
That was the
Okay,
motion.
do we all say aye? Figure it out one of these days.
Okay.
Okay. So, new business. Little Kinsey reminded us that we need to set our dates for next year.
Yay.
Yay. So,
Hold the calendar.
So your calendars, guys.
so we have our Easter egg hunt, beautification day, 4th of July, our movie nights, music, Halloween festival, fall beautification day, and we may even want to think about a fall date for this year.
Oh, for like the cleanup?
Cleanup day for this fall.
Wouldn't hurt.
No.
How late in the year do you think we want to do a fall cleanup day?
Well, I would think
This
October-ish.
is also dependent on the availability of the calendar,
Yeah.
which we don't have access to.
Right. So October would be a good time to do cleanup, final cleanup. The leaves would be down and things like that. So,
What are you talking about this year?
Yeah, doing a fall cleanup this year.
and we would be outside, so it wouldn't be horrible. There was a rental going on in the room. I mean, wouldn't be great, but.
Yeah, we probably have to check that.
We shouldn't have anything on the rental calendar as of yet for next year, hypothetically.
We're talking about that.
Oh,
Right,
right, this
we're-
one, sorry.
Yeah, we're talking about this
If
fall.
we had a fall,
Anybody have any opinions on Saturdays in October?
Do we want to wait, or do we want to see what's available?
I think we should see what's available for Adam this year.
Yeah, would you have it on me?
Would you like me to go print it for you?
Yeah,
Yes, please.
thank you.
That would be so helpful.
okay.
Let's circle back then.
Okay, so let's move on. When is Easter?
So Easter is going to be April 5th this in 2026, so April 4th would actually be the Saturday before for our Easter egg hunt. So it'll be the day before Easter again, like this year.
So, well, Easter is
The
April
5th.
5th.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so we do it the Saturday before?
Yeah.
So it'd be April 4th would be the Easter egg hunt.
Okay. Okay.
Do we want to do the, like, Parkland Day in May again?
I think we can, I liked it in May.
Yeah.
If we do it in May.
We have to work around Memorial Day and Race Day.
Early, that's too early.
Like, I was saying, May 10th is Mother's Day, and we know that,
Yeah.
I think, I don't know if Perry Seniors is doing anything for Mother's Day, but if they are on that Sunday, it would be nice to have the park looking nice that Saturday before, so the 9th.
We can also do late.
We could also do
April.
the 2nd, or end of April, if we're feeling ambitious. So like April 25th, potentially.
Let's do the 9th, if that way it's right before Mother's Day. What do you think?
Might be more. Said it might be more.
Maybe
Yeah.
9th?
May 9th.
I'm sorry, May 9th?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, now, 4th of July. Okay, 4th of July next year is on a Saturday. Reactions that I've gotten, yay, let's do it on a Saturday. I asked Connie would prefer, again, the Saturday before. Chief gave us his input, saying that it would be better the Saturday before. That doesn't mean we have to go with that, but those were,
The 4th of July?
Yeah.
Yeah, instead of doing it on Saturday the 4th, it would be Saturday, June 27th.
so.
Well, you should have a birthday float then.
Russell.
You heard it.
Yeah.
You were supposed to hear that.
We heard it.
I tried to find out what Greenwood was doing.
I know, I looked too and didn't see it.
No, they haven't really, I don't think they've made a decision.
So maybe if we get it on the calendar first, before Greenwood. It's not like it's a race or anything.
I'm okay with still doing it the Saturday before.
At this point, I feel like the community's used to it. It's been like 3 or 4 years that we've done it the Saturday before.
It's just getting like further and further from the actual day, so
I
even if
know.
you're used to it, it's still a little bit different.
Yeah,
than
which,
before.
you know, that's why I call it Independence Day celebration.
But in 2027, the 4th is on a Sunday, so
That's
we could
perfect.
do,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it'll cycle back through.
Yeah, so I mean, it gets close.
Yeah, they've not,
So
they've not updated.
June 27th for that one. So we were talking music and movies. We're spitballing an idea of doing a few Friday, Saturdays in June and July, or not, was it June, or was it just July and August?
I think June,
July and August.
June or July, probably, or I could do July or August, but.
Because kids are out of school.
Kids are out of school June and July, they go back the end of July for at least
Right.
Perry Township.
So if we give them, you know, in August, people are starting to get into routines, there's football and stuff like that, so
We could still do the beginning of
we could
August.
still do the beginning of August, but,
But mainly June, July, and August
right.
beginning. Doing a Friday, Saturday, movie Friday, music Saturday,
Yeah.
if at all possible.
Right.
So then we
A
have,
combo like in the same weekend.
so we do family-friendly band that we could
Right.
have alcohol,
Some libation.
you know, family-friendly band, that kind of thing, so that we are covering both of our bases.
And I
Our
kinda-
full demographic.
Yes, our full demographic, family-friendly, and the concerts for dancing.
Is that not like a lot to ask of please to help us with that and like, you know, everything else and to block off all of the rentals? It just seems like a lot to do back to back.
I wasn't thinking of doing it every weekend.
Where
I am.
you, where you just block, you know, or at least say, it's like together and it's done, it's together and it's done.
Yeah, so I was like, if we do June, it'd be 12th, I would feel comfortable doing 12th and 13th, and then we have the 27th, which would be 2 weekends away, to do the parade. And then you would do like, say, June 10th and 11th, or even the 24th and 25th. So like,
I mean, July.
sorry, yes, July, sorry, right?
Greenwood's event for the 4th of July will be on the Saturday before.
Thank you.
Oh, good, I'd like.
I have a friend
never
who
could
works
find
for
it.
Greenwood
Okay.
Parks.
Oh, she's got a connection.
Tell them they need to put it later in the afternoon.
So I just texted her and I was like, do you happen to know?
Yeah.
She's like, it's the Saturday before the last Saturday in June.
Yeah, okay, good.
So,
Then,
That's good.
not that we have to, but I feel good about our
Yeah.
Yeah.
doing it, you know.
And then,
Because a lot of people go to both, or mean the
Yeah.
people in the parade.
Well, if we do a movie music in June, is that like too much in June? With the parade at the end of June?
I think a lot of people enjoy our music, but I don't think it's too much.
I'm just gonna put this out here. I would almost like to do the Friday, Saturday just in July
Yeah.
and just have that, you know,
Okay.
be a summer event.
Do you want to do multiples of those or just one week, like a
Just the
Friday,
one
Saturday?
weekend.
I'm sorry, what is the,
Movie Friday, Saturday band.
oh, so
Yeah.
you're gonna do it all in one weekend?
Yes.
Yeah, Friday night, movie night, Saturday night, music,
Okay.
on the same weekend.
Yeah.
I
It's a thought, like, I don't know.
personally like it, but I'll do it if you guys want. I think it's just a lot. I'm not sure people are gonna wanna come out 2 nights in a row, myself included. And also to have, because we'll have to have like police help.
Yeah,
And that just seems like a lot to ask to do 2 nights in a row.
I
where
do know that-
where more of them are working.
Yeah.
So like do a Friday one week and the next weekend do the Saturday.
I do know that right now, we are still working, not we, us, the police department is working on putting together their event staff, which are the groups of
Right.
police that are specifically for events. Chief said that they should be up and running and good to go by 2026. So we do have that option of where we will have the police staff that is just event staff. But I think we have 4 of them right now that just got sworn in. I think they're still working on training and everything.
But if we want to do that for our end of the week, one weekend and the band the next,
oh, okay.
you know, do it that way.
Because we also, we're gonna order, as you did, the banners for the post. And we'll wanna promote it more in advance, but it would just be nice to have one that says this Saturday, you know, put it up for the week. It kind of catches your eye a little bit more again. We don't have to make one every single time. We'll have it ready to go. So I'm trying to think how we would do that if we had
Yeah,
2 back to back. It's just gonna make everything,
Yeah.
I think it'll make it harder.
Those banners are great.
Yeah.
I will tell you, don't buy the zip ties from Dollar Tree.
You get what you pay for?
But I bought heavy duty ones at Menards and they were great.
Okay.
They worked really
Do
well.
you put them up yourself, or does this, people that make the sign do it?
I saw
We put 'em up
Gary
ourselves.
Senior's putting yours up today, but
Okay.
what website did you buy yours
I
from?
can send it to you.
Okay, could you send me a screenshot? I can't see the website. I'm just pricing them at different
It was
places.
some weird company, I don't know.
But it looked good.
Yeah, they did a good
Yeah.
job. I was a little worried because they had it, like, all of the pictures showed it horizontal and,
Oh,
or, yeah, and so I was like,
landscape.
I was like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
please don't tell me that my banner's gonna be this big in the middle of it, but it worked out perfectly.
Yeah, it looked really good.
Oh, good, okay.
And I just had it printed double-sided.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what she,
That's what I
yeah.
was
And-
thinking.
Yeah, and it's just, we just put it up with zip ties, and if they're heavy duty enough and you can get them tight enough, they didn't budge.
Yeah.
Okay.
That looked good.
Well, how about this? Why don't we have one like generic sign made for music and
Yeah.
one generic sign made for movie?
Yeah.
And then we can just use those
And then,
for.
Or it could just say, like, event
Event.
in the park, and then you could even use it for like 4th of July, and you could use it for the
so,
fall vendor fair.
With the movie one, you say Friday, this Friday?
well, that's only if we do them back to
That's-
back.
yeah, so I think
Friday,
if we just
Saturday.
stick with
So if we stick with
Saturdays.
Saturday,
Yeah.
how many
Maybe
events do we
that-
want to have? Did we want to do like July, I'm just spitballing, July like 11th and 25th, where we do movie 11th, 25th band, and then August 8th movie,
Yeah.
August 22nd band, because that would still be like the kids are freshly in school, they might have that one little thing, last bit of
Yeah.
summer fun before they're fully back into school, and then the 22nd being just a band, music.
So Saturday, July 11th, movie, Saturday, July 25th, music,
You
and
know,
then Saturday, August 8th, movie, Saturday, August 22nd, music.
yeah.
What did you do on August, I'm sorry?
The 8th and the 22nd.
mean, you could always pick a, like in August, you could always pick a movie that isn't necessarily geared towards children. Maybe date night or,
That's true, like a rom-com or something.
yeah. Or like girls' night out.
I just worry about showing a movie that's
I mean,
like.
yeah, I wouldn't go with anything like R-rated.
I know, I just don't want anyone in the community to be like, there were curse words being like, I could hear curse words.
I mean, I wouldn't show you Bridesmaids, but maybe if you showed like the wedding date or, you know, like, I mean, something,
Yeah.
kind of just generic and
True,
The
okay.
wedding planner.
the wedding planner.
That's cute.
Cause at the music in the park last year, there were a couple of girls who came and they sat and made friendship bracelets.
Yeah,
That was cute.
And
I loved it.
I thought that was adorable.
I did too.
Okay.
So July, I'm right. Seven.
Is this one
I think that's right.
September and October, so they're together.
So now we have the topic of Halloween.
September, October.
So now we have the topic of Halloween.
Yes.
And we've had some side conversations about supporting others that are near us and not doing one ourselves. But maybe if we then show the movie. So,
Is there like a good, like spooky movie that's like PG?
There's always a
Hocus Pocus.
Hocus Pocus, like
Hocus
Hocus Pocus, Nightmare Before Christmas, or is that?
I mean, I feel like if
Or a
we
Halloween.
don't do Hocus Pocus, like, what are we doing?
I think
Yeah.
that really is running out of town. you know.
Yeah, I like that.
But yeah, so, do we want to support the trunk or treats that are around us?
I would like to
Or do we
personally,
want to still have ours?
I would like to support our trunk or treats around us and have kind of like a, if they're both, say like Southport Heights Christian Church has theirs, I think it's on Halloween night. And then is it the Methodist Church? I can't think of their name. I think
Southport
there's
United
Southport
Methodist,
Methodist,
yeah.
I think theirs is also on Halloween night, so 31st. So if we have a delegate from our group at both locations, we can
Like
still look
a
at that.
represented trunk, like
Yeah.
at each,
Yeah.
or like,
Oh, yeah, we could have a trunk.
Yeah, we have a trunk at each, so decorate it like a park.
well, yeah, because we had talked about wanting to move the Fall Fest into October, right? Next
Yeah.
year instead of September, because
It's
it'll
so
be
hot.
so hot,
Yeah.
and it's like actually fall.
Those are some dates that are already booked for next year. So if you want to pass it, there's three.
So do we want to have a Halloween event, just not trunk or treat next year?
Next year calendars.
Like
Just a
Halloween
movie?
like,
Were you gonna try to do a movie this year?
Yes, that was
Okay.
the Goonies.
No.
Oh, not
on Halloween.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
potential.
Okay.
yeah.
I think that's kind of a fun idea, because there's a lot of trunk or treats around.
I say we still continue with our trunk or treat this year,
This year.
but then next
Yeah,
year.
because it's already on the calendar.
Yeah, and next year
We
is
can
where we
play it on the
pivot.
side at the same time,
Yeah.
if we already have all the stuff.
Yeah.
We just put it-
Yeah, because we could do, this year we would do trunk or treat and if we want a movie, but then 26, maybe just support other trunk or treats and do a movie,
Yeah.
so that the kids could come back here.
I mean, you could possibly do like I don't know, like a Halloween theme. So Trisha, although not my favorite Parks Board member, I think at the trunk or treat tried to add some other things, like fall type events.
Yeah.
Wasn't it, there a flyer that I gave you guys last
Oh,
year
yeah,
and the
about-
year before that Greenwood was doing something like that?
You know,
Yeah.
like bobbing for apples and I don't know, silly
Which,
pumpkin
those
carving or.
Yeah. I liked those ideas, and I think those could be easily incorporated into if we, instead of doing it as a trunk or treat, but pivot and move our fall festival into October where it's not having the potential of being 100 degrees in September. we have the option of having more of a fall themed festival instead of end of summer where we're calling it a fall festival. That kind of thing. So we could have like bobbing for apples and hot cider and the more fall-ish vibes instead.
And since we're not
October.
doing a fall festival this year, we could incorporate some stuff in the,
Yeah, and since the fall festival, you know, parking lot, all that fun stuff.
assuming it's,
Because that would
So-
fall,
So do we want to put anything down for Halloween for 26? Or do we want to have like,
I think, are we,
we could test the movie this year.
are we thinking maybe just more so combining Halloween and Fall Fest, right?
yes,
So it's not necessarily trunk or treat, but it's like a fall.
festival.
Yeah.
Fall Halloween Festival?
Yeah.
We're on the same page, I got you.
Okay, but what date?
What if we aimed towards, I don't know if Irvington has theirs posted yet, because they have their whole October thing, so we'd be competing with that, but we could do something smaller.
We can't compete with Irvington.
No, there's no competing there.
There's no-
I'm just saying, we would have the conflict of
People going.
going there versus coming to ours. So Irvington, they typically have theirs more towards the end of October, so if we scheduled ours towards the beginning, October 10th or 17th would be the possible options for early October at this time. I would say one of those two dates.
So would we still fit on Halloween itself? Would we do anything?
Have a trunk cut.
We would have,
Well, I mean, support
Like support the other, yeah.
Yeah, like
other
if we,
movie
let's
ones.
say, have a movie or do anything.
I wouldn't, that would be spreading us a little too thin.
Our
Yeah,
park would be closed. I mean, we would have nothing in our park
correct,
for Halloween 26.
correct.
Okay.
Yes.
There's a
So-
guy here on the south side, his name is Travis Bell. He actually lives in the other side of Prairie Township, but he has been trying to do like a festival, like a Halloween festival at his house. He might be interested in partnering. I think he has a lot of connections.
Well,
Okay.
I don't personally know him, but he's on Facebook.
And our,
But he has a big thing usually.
Yeah, like last year, he like gave out free pumpkins to kids,
Oh,
and
wow.
I mean, he did all kinds of things.
So he
and I
likes
know
a lot.
our MC from Fourth is interested in getting like something put together too.
For what?
Just whatever. Okay, so Halloween, no. Are we picking a festival day then?
Yeah, I think we're looking at like mid-October, like Kenzie said, maybe the 10th or 17th.
I tentatively typed in
This is for
17th.
next year, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because Dorothy just told me that they have the option to work on the parking lot until the 15th of October this year.
Oh, this year.
Okay.
So I just wanted to
Oh,
make sure.
that's
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 10, 17?
So we should not schedule a fall cleanup if we don't know.
Oh, for this year.
Yeah, for this year, we
What did you
should
say?
not.
Yeah.
Until the
Jeff,
15th of
When are they gonna
October.
be potentially working through October what?
They have the option to work on the parking lot as late as October 15th.
Yeah.
Okay, because we were thinking about adding another beautification day this fall.
Okay.
So that we don't know.
Then
Yeah.
I think they're supposed to start around the end of August,
Yeah, okay.
so it's a pretty big project. I
Yeah.
just want to make sure you don't schedule something.
Yeah.
that won't happen.
Appreciate it.
So
We did not know that. so-
if we did have a beautification day next year in fall, would we want it on the 10th?
I was,
Well,
I put November 7th, just to be safe, but
How,
Well, I was thinking to have it cleaned up before the
what
festival.
about September? Because we're not doing anything in September next year,
end of summer cleanup.
right?
I'm just gonna call it second.
That's not really-
I like the idea of doing it before the festival.
Yeah.
That's why I was thinking of having October 10th, and that way the park would be cleaned up for the.
Isn't that a lot to do in 2 weekends? though?
It is a lot to do.
it is, but
So I like the idea of possibly doing it in September next year before the fall.
What day is the fall festival?
October 17th.
Oh, that's decided.
I don't know, I typed 17.
are you good?
We can also do the 10th.
2 weeks before, maybe?
Mhm.
Why not just, we should at least also plan to have someone clean it before, just because this year there was a lot of trash.
Yeah.
Well, I think Bob's a lot on our corner too. He's really trying now, you know, to get things done.
Yes,
Okay.
Are you talking about 2026?
yes,
Uh-huh.
2026.
Did I not give you the September? I may not have.
No.
Okay, because you guys have a fall festival on the rental calendar, September the 19th,
This year or not, next year?
next year.
Oh, what if we pivot, put September 19th as our second beautification next year? Since it's already booked for the fall festival next year, since we're moving that to October, beautification the 19th.
I don't know how much will be, I mean, there won't be a lot of leaves down, but there's still a lot of work to be
Also, the
done.
leaves are the fun part of fall.
Okay. Okay, Christmas.
So,
Go ahead.
sorry, can we just circle back?
Yes.
We're just gonna have to get a whole new list.
Yeah, so fall cleanup next year on September 19th instead of
Yes.
the Fall Fest, and then the Fall Fest, October.
17.
Don't be mad at me if I'm not there for Fall Fest.
That's fine.
Oh, next year, oh, I don't know about next year, okay. Okay. Christmas.
We need to ask what day Chief would prefer to do Santa through the city. I don't remember what day we did it this year.
14th?
I think.
Oh, we still.
Yeah,
what is
I
our
remember.
calendar?
Okay.
It's the same day as Christmas with the kids.
Yes,
Yes.
You guys have it as December the 12th for next year.
Thank you.
That makes sense.
I like that.
Remember the document you sent me with all of this for 3 years?
Yeah, I don't
They've
remember.
all been plugged in.
Thank you.
If we really need to change.
It's fine. You'll get this updated.
12/12.
and what we've learned is we want to show
So-
our house the night before.
So I think we've made the Santa through the city / our Christmas to be the second Saturday in December, I think is how we planned it, because that works best for Chief and the department, is what he said. So we'll just make sure he has this information, knows that that's when it's gonna happen, and then I'm going to have to tell him that he needs to drive extra slow if he's gonna leave that early, because he left too early this year, and poor Santa had to sit in the back room.
So just to confirm then, for this year, it's December 13th. Because that is the second Saturday in
That is
December.
correct.
Okay.
Thank you.
I won't be here, but that's,
All right.
okay. So we got the date. Okay. The other item I had for new business is painting the equipment.
Yeah, so at the parade, or the, whatever, when we were at the park walking parade, Haley from State Farm told me that her husband, not sure what he does for a living, something to do with paint, but she said that he is willing to donate the paint to have the merry-go-round and whatever repainted, like sandblasted and painted. So I believe we would just need to pay for labor.
Okay.
So
I don't remember if there's a specific type of paint we have to use on that material.
I'm
but
sure that
assuming
the
he
paint
knows.
professionals know what paint.
I'm hoping he, I'm
So,
pretty sure he knows. But yeah,
um,
sandblasted, painted.
Should I move forward with contacting Haley about
I would go ahead
the
with
paint donation and what it would be to pay for the labor and, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And that reminded me of something else.
that. And if it's not like temperature specific, if we can, you put that a little bit later in the year, possibly when it starts getting a little bit colder, it's not temperature. That
But
way,
after they're done with the parking lot.
yeah, so that we don't have to worry about like kids feeling wet paint or anything like that, just so it's kind of more of a winter-ish project.
Did the swing seats get purchased?
Nope.
Okay.
We'll add that as an email with a list of links.
I think, we just need to email Alyssa, right, and be like, order,
Can you include that?
Yep.
Like-
Would you send her tonight?
have like
Yeah.
5
Do you
more
have the original, the link?
in my old email.
Yeah, I know. I lost a lot of stuff that way too, when I was trick-or-treating.
Yeah. Maybe Alyssa has it. Like, she'll have a purchase record, right?
She should, yes.
Yeah.
Yes?
I haven't been looking.
Okay, thank you.
Bless you.
You're always prepared.
Okay. I didn't have anything else. Anything else, Danielle?
Nope.
Is our next thing is Halloween, right?
After the movie night.
Right.
I've been doing that, yes.
Movie night, police night out, Halloween.
Okay,
Let's
well,
go ahead and get an application set up on the
Yeah,
website for trunk or treat.
yeah, let's get that set up for trunk or treat
Make a post.
and start posting about it in conjunction with
Movie.
movie once we get the licensing and we are able to.
Amazing.
Is there anything else about trunk or treat this year?
No, because we're having it. So-
No, I know, but I'm saying anything else we need to discuss about it right now?
Do you want me to go ahead and make a playlist of Halloween music?
Yeah,
Sure. Cool.
go for it. We were lacking music last year.
All we need is the little connector that Tom says. He
Dongle.
calls it a dongle.
I know, but can we get that?
They're like,
When are we gonna get it?
they're like not even that expensive.
I know,
It's just a matter of going to the store.
it just, okay, let's go.
It's
Let's
fine.
pick up.
We can
It's just
do it.
always that we want to do music and we can't because we don't have this one thing. So,
We have the
can we?
It's like I own one for my own phone that I can bring with it.
Can we charge Tom with getting the dongle for us?
I own one, I just have to bring it physically with my phone.
What kind of dongle is it?
It's the lightning connector, the lightning to the U, like the headphone plug.
For music?
Yeah,
That's the only thing we're missing.
that's the only thing we're missing on the side.
So it's lightning to USB?
Lightning to whatever the old headphone jack is, because the speakers connect.
Oh,
So
like
you
an
have the
auxiliary?
adapter. Yes,
Okay.
the adapter that goes into your
Oh.
iPhone to play the music. That's the only thing we're missing.
I might
Because-
have one at my house, I'll look.
I have one.
I have a drawer full of cords.
If you have multiple on
Yeah.
hand, that's not bad.
Right.
So-
They're not expensive. You can get like a package of 5 for maybe like 10 or 15 bucks.
Okay.
So I mean, they used
Well,
to be
let's-
expensive, not anymore.
Make sure
Put it on the
we
Amazon
have
list.
music for Halloween.
Trunk or treat,
Yeah.
application, dongle.
And if you want, buy it from Amazon.
They're right. Just get a bundle, get a package.
So, Kelly, anything?
No.
Kinsey?
I'm good.
Okay. Members of the community?
Yeah, we can
Public comments.
open up to public
Mackenzie, I
comments.
sent you a link because I had your email or your
Yeah.
text, your
The-
phone number handy. So I sent you the thing that Travis Bell did last year. I think it says he gave out 600 pumpkins.
Oh my God, does he grow up?
I don't know, but he lives on a big enough property that he did all of this on his land. He's also, I was just reading that he's a DJ for like 80s and 90s cruises.
Oh.
So he may have some connections to
Okay.
music and stuff. I went to high school with him. I did not know him. I knew of him.
Okay.
He was a few years older and was kind of eccentric.
But 80s or 90s
Wow.
classes, do we mean 80s
That
and 90s
seems to
olds?
track.
Or
No, they're like 80s, like the 80s bands and 90s
Okay.
bands cruises. So he may have some connections to
Yeah.
some music.
Okay.
I was thinking people who were 90.
No,
Okay.
Yes, he does cruises exclusively for 90-year-olds.
Geriatric.
That's what I was thinking. Okay, I'm caught.
Retirement cruise ship.
Okay, now you get to,
So I did send that to you.
Okay.
I don't know if he would want to help with anything, but he seems very, like,
Passionate about
Halloween. And passionate about Halloween, so, I mean,
Okay.
maybe there's something there, I don't know.
and if he doesn't, our DJ from 4th of July might be interested too.
The other thing that I was gonna say is I've tossed this idea around for several years that I think it would be fun to create more of a carnival type event. And I think that that would be fun to pair with like a movie in the park where ahead of time, there's some activities that kids can do. It's not just the movie, to help draw people in. So Katie and I are gonna be helping with, the Christmas with the Kids that the police are doing. And I just picked up this week the 5 buckets that you set out and you try to toss the ball in it. If you're old enough, it was Bozo's Grand Prize game.
Yeah, I was just gonna say Bozo, yeah.
But I just picked up one of those at Aldi for like 15 bucks.
Okay.
And there's
So-
one on Thompson Road, isn't there? An Aldi's.
Yeah.
There's one at Southport and Emerson.
Oh yeah, there's one at Troy and Madison.
But there, I thought there's one over there at Thompson and Emerson, in that strip mall in there. I don't know.
I think you're thinking of.
Aldi's.
Oh,
Aldi's.
Yeah.
But just kind of like the pull out a duck, and if it has the
Yeah.
right star on it, you win a prize.
Oriental trading. I'm sure they have a ton of.
Oh, yeah.
So it was something that I had thought about. Another idea that I was thinking
We
of.
used to have those in elementary school.
Yeah, they were a lot of
The school had
fun.
those.
And then the other thing that I thought of for movies in the park, if you're doing like Goonies or whatever, going to like Sam's Club or something and buying a bunch of frozen treats and selling them.
Like a fundraiser type for the park?
Yeah.
Cheap, like $1 for.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, the
like the
Fudge
fudge, well, like right now the fudgesicles were on sale at Costco, and a box of 18 of them is like $7.
yeah.
So, if you sold them for $1 a piece, you make a profit and they think they got a deal.
Yeah, that was a big thing I did when Daniel was doing his Eagle Scout project, raising money for that, was I sold ice cream bars at work.
Okay.
But that reminds me, maybe I need to talk to Alyssa. We had a situation from the 4th that people said, well, I don't have cash, but if you had a.
We have a QR code, we just have to locate it.
So if we had a QR code for a lot of our events, people, we
Yeah.
had a nice
Yeah.
little cash
Yeah.
contribution on the 4th, and there was people who would have given us more if we had our link or a QR code.
Last year, I had it printed out.
We
have a QR code, let me see if it's in my. I don't think
So thanks for reminding
Work.
me.
Yeah, but I was just thinking, little treats or whatever. I mean, you
Yeah.
could even buy, I would stick, I don't know, maybe
Juice
stay away
bars,
from
anything.
candy bars or whatever, but, little concessions that they can buy. The movie's free.
Right.
They
Yeah.
might feel like, oh, well,
Bags of chips or something.
it didn't cost me anything to come here, but I can still spend $5 and, get a little treat
I'll
for
give
my
a kid
kids.
$1 and they can get,
Yeah.
Yeah, bottles of water, Coke,
yeah.
Pepsi.
But yes, no, the QR code,
Lemonade.
if we could have that.
Last time I tried it, wasn't working.
Okay.
Because
There's a
I haven't-
website that you can go to where you can set up
Yeah.
free QR codes, and then you can just link them to whatever,
Okay.
like,
I think the link.
Yeah, I did that last year for most of our applications.
Yeah, which,
And
Right.
QR codes.
But I mean, if
We
people
also-
donate.
we do need to look into the potential of just like, instead of, because that QR code that we have now links directly to Alyssa, to the clerk treasurer page as a donation. If we're doing like something like fundraising sales, we need to see what kind of legitimacy we can have using a third party such as Venmo or something like that for us to actually take those transactions instead of sending them directly as a donation.
so PayPal has an add-on company called,
Is it Zelle
Zettle.
or Zen?
Zettel.
It's called Zettle.
Oh.
Zettle.
Yeah.
Huh.
And you can do all kinds of transaction. You don't have to buy a card reader or anything. You can do tap to pay from your phone. And all of the money goes directly into a PayPal account. I don't know how that works with a government agency
Yeah.
but
And the fees are minimal.
yeah, but it doesn't cost anything to set up the Zettel account. So,
Yeah.
and you can even like pre-program your inventory. So you could say like a fudge sickle is $1, you know?
Oh, I see, yeah.
And then whoever's bringing it up, and you could have it on multiple phones, everybody logged into the same thing.
Wow,
So-
so you've used it?
We both use it for our businesses,
Yeah, okay.
so.
What business?
Oh, I have a kitchen store and she has a toy store.
I did not know
Oh.
that. Learn something new. Okay.
You're supposed to learn something new every day.
I know.
There you
That's what our
Take my
grandfather
time to learn it. You're-
Thank you for that.
Okay.
I do like the carnival idea.
The carnival
Yeah,
is
well,
fun.
I mean, that's what we started to try to do at the fall festival, where we had like the game set up, and then I made that
Yeah, there was like
thing.
those prizes.
So just like keeping, like developing new things, so we can have a little stop.
And if you give us more than 6 weeks' notice, Heather and I would be more than willing to help you
I
guys.
was gonna
Thank
say
you.
also, when I had thought about doing it, I had thought about actually reaching out to like different groups at Southport High School
Yeah.
and actually getting the high school students to
To
do it and then
volunteer.
do like a 50-50 with them. So we would pass out tickets, you know, and like kids could get the tickets for free, or maybe they pay, you know, 4 tickets or 5 tickets for $1 or something like that. And then they would collect the tickets, and then when they would bring their tickets to us, we'd count them, and then they would get 50% of whatever that ticket sale was. I don't know.
Okay.
And then you get somebody else to do the work for you.
I feel like we can always count on those Key Club students
Yeah, they're
to help us.
Yeah.
That's a fundraiser for Keto and
good. Did anyone take a picture of my picture thing?
I did.
Yeah, I sent you,
What, them?
what?
Her little photo thing,
Yeah.
other than me.
Yeah.
I did, no, I did see,
Yes.
I did look over at one point and I saw a couple kids trying to get in it and, yeah.
The struggle for me and Drew to get into that photo.
It's not ideal for adult-sized people.
Yeah, that's why I wanted them small for a little kid.
Yeah. No,
It's
it's
the biggest size I could fit in my car.
I know, it barely fit mine,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
Yes?
I would just like to say a big thank you to everybody that was involved with the parade. I think you guys put on a wonderful dinner. It was a lot of fun, and I think everybody,
It was fun, the weather was great.
but it wasn't too
I
hot.
loved having a DJ.
We had no
great
storm.
this year.
Yes,
Oh.
it was great. So thank you to everybody that was involved.
Can we make a note to have that one church not invited back?
Which one?
We tried.
I
We tried
know.
everything we could.
The police even like
Oh, they
told
went up
them.
to them numerous times.
And told them.
Numerous times.
I don't know what church it is, something we.
It's-
Yeah, I told them that it was in their paperwork.
Yeah,
And they're like, was it?
But I mean, he was like
Yeah.
immediately like,
Aloe.
Well, I think that we could.
yes.
I think we actually probably could.
We
and
could
say
at this
that they
point.
did not follow the rules this year,
Yeah.
if they were asked multiple times. And they did
They
sign
signed,
up.
it was
Yeah. So
specific.
it's not gonna be a
sign
problem
up.
again, so we made sure we added language in there. to
Yeah,
say-
yeah, oh, I knew it was added.
So if they
But-
would follow that, I think we could deny their application next year on that basis.
Oh.
It's just one of those things that like,
Yeah.
once the parade starts, it's hard to stop them, and
Exactly.
I think that's where their mind was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean,
But the police even chased them.
oh, I know,
like,
like,
down
in the middle of the parade, they're like screaming about murder and going to hell, and I'm like,
Yeah.
it is the 4th of July, can you calm down?
I was like handing out the little
This
businesses
man
and
has my
water
phone
bottles.
number.
Perfect.
And
Love
I
it.
do not love that.
But once they got past me, they started talking about how salvation and something, and I was like, who told you not to do this? So it was just, yeah.
It was so bad last year, and then apparently it was again this year.
Yeah.
We will make
Duly
notes.
noted. Duly noted.
We'll also pass this along to Connie, so she's aware that next year when we start this process.
They're not gonna get a thank you, and they're not gonna get.
They're getting here in my email. Also, the other one we have to make sure is the horse people.
Yeah, that was.
Oh,
really
yeah.
bad. Yeah,
Yeah.
that got ugly, but,
But it's fine. We moved on, we're good. We're
We
happy.
told them the rule, we told they were informed of the restrictions and they chose not to abide by them, so. And they were not, there were school rules and city rules, so.
Yeah.
And I was like, great.
Okay. Good meeting,
8:09.
adjourned.
Perfect.
Yeah, I would be a little bit afraid with that guy having my phone
You
number
have to-
too, because he's
Yeah.
kind of scary.
Yeah, he's,